Hey there guys, this is fucking Nightmare. I'm going to be bringing you a tutorial today on the heroes of Marine Arena. So we have here is we have the Infestor, the Tassadar, also known as the HT, the Zeratul, also known as the DT, and Odin, Phoenix, Hunter Killers, HoneyBadger, Colossus, and a Commando. So first hero I want to get into is going to be the Infestor. The Infestor has a burrow ability which gives it the element of surprise. It has two other abilities it can use. It has a fungal growth and leech. Fungal growth is an attack with the AoE, as you can see before you lay it out. Throws on a fungus on your enemies which slows their movement and attack speed by 50% and also deals damage over 8 seconds. Its other ability is going to be leech, which drains the energy from an enemy. Next hero is going to be a Tassadar. It has another spellcaster. Its main attack is going to be Psionic Storm. It does damage over 2 seconds. Also, it's going to have force fields, which are used to block your enemy in or out, just to give you any type of advantage you can with chokes, and feedback. Unlike the Infestor's leech, which gives you the energy and does no damage, the Tassadar's feedback is going to do damage but not give you energy. So it's a little bit of a trade-off, as I'll show you against the Commando. As you can see, it did damage and it drained energy, but didn't gain any for itself. Next hero is going to be the DT or Zeratul. What it has is permanently cloaked. So the only way to see it is if you have an observer, or if you scan with your command center. That's the only way you'll be able to detect the DT. So its abilities are going to be, as you can see, the scan was still down, so it was able to be attacked. So it has auto attack. Also has what's called a void prison, which locks in your enemies for 1 second, which scales with your upgrades. So the more you level your DT, it could go up to 3 seconds of a void prism. It also has the ability, as I just showed off, to blink out of battle. Next is going to be an Odin, which is a pretty tanky and pretty good DPS, especially versus air. So if you're having trouble with like Mutilis or something, Odin would be pretty good. It has really good splash damage versus ground and air. It also has a nuke ability. What nuke is used for is for clearing out people that are turtling. So say there's somebody in their base just not wanting to come out, you just hit them with a nuke. What that does is the huge area, everything that's red here, is going to end up dying just from being one-shotted by the nuke. As you can see, it has a pretty long cast time. It takes 30 seconds to land. So if you'll see here, demolished everything in that red. So it's really good for turtling, especially like in sudden death when you know that they have no more saviors. You just throw a nuke, try to clear all their units, or force them to come out of their base. Next hero is going to be a Phoenix. Phoenix has the Phoenix Eye, which is pretty much just like a moving radar tower. Everything will show up like red dots on the map. It won't show up through fog, the actual units, but you can see the positioning of where other enemies are. Another attack is going to be Grab Beam, which will lift and attack. It's really good versus other heroes, and it's really good at feeding for itself as well. So I'll show you versus a hero. It just has a really good ability of neutralizing heroes, and even causing damage and killing them the more you level it up, especially combined with your army or your opponent or your allies' army. Next heroes I'm going to show you is going to be the Hunter Killers. Unfortunately, there's a bug with burrowing or cloaking with units that aren't your own in test mode. But what I'm going to show you is they do have the ability to burrow, which gives them the element of surprise. And they have high DPS heroes. So their damage and splash is going to increase the more you level it. And they're just probably the biggest DPS putting heroes in the game. All heroes can be upgraded at the arena shop, which is found on either side of the map in the middle. What you do is here you hit X for hero upgrades, and you can level up your heroes that way. As you can see, I have all heroes at level 3 right now. Oh, actually Colossus is 4, I got a little greedy. Alright, so next hero is going to be the HoneyBadger, which is a armor capping type of hero. So a lot of the other heroes were like DPS, you want to upgrade attack, stuff like that. HoneyBadger is going to be more armor based. It's going to be your tank. You're going to use this to tank damage for your and your allies' armies, while your armies do most of the damage. Also, it has a pretty good attack actually too. It has high splash, it's good versus air and ground. A lot of people use it solo, but it's really good with your army as well. So we have a Colossus too, which is the anti-hero hero. It has a rag beam, which is used to attack other heroes, which is pretty powerful. And we also have its ground attack, as you can see, which is really good against clearing out armies as well. Unfortunately, it does not have the ability to attack air, so it's only good versus ground units. Next hero you have is going to be the Commando, which is also an anti-hero hero. Its abilities are going to be to cloak. Unfortunately, I cannot cloak because there's some type of bug that it would disappear. But it has cloak, the ability to EMP. What EMP does is it drains the energy. So I'll EMP the Tassadar, and it'll drain its energy. Also has a snipe attack. Snipe is good for feeding, and it's also really good for killing off other heroes. See, snipe, it killed about 4 sharpshooters in just 1 snipe. And it's also good for, of course, sniping other heroes, as this is the anti-hero hero. When using a Commando, you never just want to go in and snipe, especially against like a Tassadar or an Infestor. What you want to do is you want to lay down an EMP, and then right when that lands, then hit a snipe. As you can see, it just killed the Tassadar with just 1 EMP and 1 snipe. Alright guys, this has been an intro to all the heroes of Marine Arena. This has been Nightmare, and thank you guys for tuning in.